Next up in our CBC Spring Sports Media Day is the Edgewood Warriors girls track program. We've got Coach Steve Hill on our left. Coach, welcome. I appreciate you and the ladies taking some time out of your day to preview the season. Why don't you start out by just giving us a little overview of what we can expect this year?
Well, again, my name is Coach Hill. I'm back at it after a year off. So we're trying to rebuild a program that we have a small amount of seniors, small amount of freshmen, but a very good core of sophomores and juniors that is hopefully going to lead us into some competition this year with the new CVC and also at the all-county level.
When you look at that CVC alignment now, a lot of new teams in there with some of the old rivals, that type of thing. Is that good news for you? Does that inspire your athletes? They have a lot more of those natural rivalries and, the neighborhood bragging rights on the line.
Yeah, I mean, it's good and bad. I mean, definitely it's good for us old school people who remember back to the old NEC. It's kind of bad because it's just another all-county meet for us with the addition of obviously Perry and Madison. But that's good in a way because we know our competition. We're very competitive with our competition, and we're looking forward to that opportunity.
All right, Coach, I'll come back after I talk to the ladies. Let's start right to your left. Go ahead and introduce yourself for the folks at home. Tell us your name, grade, and the events you're going to compete in this spring.
I'm Tammy Lipland. I'm a senior, and I'm going to run the 3200.
Tammy, you've been around, you've had a very successful high school career. Coming into this senior season, how high are your expectations?
They're pretty high. I hope to qualify for the state meet this year.
What's that going to take? I mean, do you have a time that you need to hit? I mean, I know it goes by, placement at regionals and stuff, but usually there's a pretty good idea that, of a number you need to hit. Is that something you have in mind already?
Yeah, I was hoping to run in the low 11s this year.
And how close are you?
I'm pretty close. 11:39.
We talked a little bit about the conference realignment. Does that matter to you who you're running against, or do you just go out and compete?
I just got to compete.
All right. When you look at all the meets that you're going to compete in, are there any that you really look forward to, and why?
The Berkshire Invitational, because this is our first year going to it.
All right. So you like the new meets and some new competition, that type of thing?
Yeah.
All right. When you look at your senior year, I mean, obviously you're excited about being a senior. You're going to graduate in a couple of months, but at the same time, your high school career is coming to a close. How do you deal with those dealing emotions just so you can stay focused on each of your races?
I'll miss the competition, but I enjoy running. So if I do what I love, it'll be fun.
Give me a couple of athletes on your team that have been impressive in the spring, some runners or throwers that you think is going to have a big year this year.
Maddie Crooks.
She's a familiar name. She's had some pretty good success in her career as well. Anyone else? Oh, did you freeze? Oh.
Yeah, Maggie Dolezal.
All right. What is it about Maddie and Maggie that have impressed you?
They always work hard at practice.
All right. And then just if you could write the final chapter to your high school career, what would it be?
Stay on the podium at the state meet.
I like it. All right. Well, best of luck to you. And let's move to your left. And same thing, name, grade, and the events you'll compete in.
I'm Taylor Wisnowski. I'm a thrower and I'm a senior.
Taylor, did you go to state last year? I'm trying to remember. You were regionals
Yes,
or state?
State.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. I'm trying to go off memory, and that's never a good thing for me. But what was that experience like?
Adrenaline rush, nervous, a lot of people.
And I assume you want to make it back and do that. But what did that experience teach you last year that's going to help you this year to kind of make another run back there?
I think just get my mind to it, I guess, stay dedicated to it.
Who are the other throwers that are going to be racking up the points for Edgewood this year?
I don't know. It's a tough score. We got a lot of good throwers coming up this year. They're all going to do good. It's hard to say.
So with that competition, is that just making everybody step up their game a little bit and work harder?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. How do you prepare? I mean, what is your practice session like?
Kind of helping everybody else out and trying to, get myself up there.
Talk a little bit about the technique that's needed to throw so well. What goes into that?
I guess there's not just like one. A lot of it is, well, there's speed and there's strength. So I think all together, it's just all together.
All right. And then give me a couple athletes. They don't have to be throwers. They can be runners. Who's been impressive to you, just both in their work ethic and the way that they interact with their teammates?
Tammy.
Tammy. Tammy's
Yes.
just all business like. She goes about her business. She's a good one to watch.
Yes. Very good to watch. Very, very dedicated. Probably the most dedicated person. Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck to you this season. And let's move to your left. Name, grade, and positions you're going to compete in, or events you're going to compete in. I'm sorry.
My name is Morgan Haywood. I'm a junior, and I run the hurdles and mainly compete in pole vault.
Do you run those long hurdles or just the short ones?
I do both the 100s and the 300s.
Oh, those 300s, those are beastly. How do you even prepare for that? That's such a grueling race.
Yeah, it's a lot of just keeping up on your workouts and making sure your technique is good and making sure your head's in the game.
And you also said you pole vault.
Yes.
So those are my two, like, when I say least favorite, like if I was an athlete running, I would not go anywhere near those events, but I love watching them. The pole vault's so cool. And the hurdles, I just have mad respect for people that run those races because that's grueling. But so you have to have a little bit of a daredevil mindset. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I would definitely say that. I've done gymnastics my whole life, and that, of course, comes with having to have like a tough mindset, being able to overcome fear and things like that.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So yeah, gymnastics, you've got to do some tumbles and jumps and leaps and things like that. So it develops that little daredevil mindset, and I like that. So what kind of goals do you have set for yourself this year?
I'm hoping to make it to the state level in pole vault this year. Last year I made it to regionals, and this year I'm hoping to make it all the way to state.
How close were you at regionals?
Safe to say the pressure kind of got to me, and it did not go as planned.
But did you learn from it? I guess that's the key. I mean, you can go out and have a bad performance as long as you learn from it. If you have a bad performance and you don't learn from it, that's the problem. But what did you learn from that that's going to help you avoid that this year?
It just taught me to not necessarily overthink all of it, to take a step back and breathe before I go out there.
All right, give me some athletes on your team that have been impressive. Who do you think is going to have a good year?
For pole vault, especially, I think Natalie Stump, who's a sophomore, and Peyton Corrigan will make great improvements this year. I know they've both been doing other sports, making sure they're staying in shape, and I think it's really going to show.
So I've always wondered, and I've never asked this question, but your first pole vault, like when it was at a regular height, not just when it's low and you're jumping on the mat, what was that experience like?
Humbling, I'd say.
So it probably didn't go well, but I mean, did you know right away that, wow, this is something that I like and I'm going to keep doing?
I definitely did enjoy it. Like the first practice, I knew that I wanted to do it. But I remember having my coach take a video and looking back at it and thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to look so cool. And it definitely did not.
Yeah. No social media post after that one?
No, that stayed in my camera roll.
All right. Well, good luck to you this season. Coach, back to you. I asked, for the girls to name some other teammates. Who has impressed you in the preseason?
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, we brought a certain area from each of the team here. So our distance is going to be strong around Tammy and Maddie. We have a couple of young kids we're trying to mold into that third or fourth spot for our 4x8 throwers. We got a lot of people trying it this year, and we have great coaches with Coach Simpson, and we brought Mrs. Cornelia back this year. The pole vaulters have been working hard. They're a great working group. And we have a freshman coming in, Chloe Hall. who won a lot of events last year in 8th grade, and we're really looking forward to having her up here and leading us in the sprints.
You seem to always come up with one of those dynamic freshmen. It's Tammy, Maddie. You just have a good group of middle schoolers. Apparently, that works out well. When you look at the conference realignment, you're already in a tough district, tough regional. How are you going to define success for your team this year?
Well, we've always just talked about competing against yourself. With the great thing with this sport, you have times, you have distances, you have heights. So we just want the kids to keep getting better every meet. We tried to schedule a really competitive schedule. We have some good try meets during the week, and we're trying some new invitationals, like Tammy said, with Berkshire, and going back to the diehards like Grand Valley and Harvey, Lakeview. So we'll have a good taste of some competition that'll get these kids ready for what they're going to see at the end of the year, and I think that'll help us in the long run.
Outstanding. All right, Coach, I appreciate you and the ladies taking time out of your day to preview the season, and best of luck to you this year.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.